Hello! So we are getting gear ready for the winter adventure race that's happening this weekend. It's put on by Adventure Immersion Labs and it is 4 hours and you have to get as many checkpoints as you can. You can either cross-country ski or snowshoe, staying on respective trails for each, and you get as many checkpoints as you can of each and see if you can beat the time. So first we'll go through the required gear. So we have rain jacket here, rain jacket, packable rain jacket, warm layer. I'll be wearing my warm layer, so I'll have that with me. A whistle that I've attached to my pack, emergency blanket. I just have one of those little space blankets here that I'll shove in my pack. Then I have water. So these are 600 ml bottles that I will fill with my hydration that we'll go over next. Snacks, got snacks here. And that's all the required gear. So then some of the additional gear that I'll be bringing. So I'm gonna wear this Aoniji running pack. I've noticed that a lot of the cross-country ski folks wear the waist packs. I don't have a waist pack, so I'll just be wearing my ultra running pack. It should do the trick. So I can put my water in the front, snacks in the back, and I can still access that while I'm skiing and while I'm snowshoeing. So that'll be good. I'll also bring some sunglasses. I switched out the lenses to the amber lens because it's kind of cloudy anyways. It's not super sunny this time of year, so we'll rock the amber glasses. It's pretty sweet. And then for other gear, there's really not much. You obviously need cross-country skis, so I've got my Salomon skate skis and boots, so I'll take those. And then I have my snowshoes. By the way, both of those I got secondhand. So snowshoes I got off of, it was either Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace many years ago in Calgary. Sweet deal, they were 50 bucks. And then my skis I got in Canmore at the secondhand gear trader shop. And that was awesome. I went in and I told the staff that I was looking for skate skis. And they told me to pick boots and then they would find skis that corresponded. So I went and found some nice Salomon boots that were pre-loved but still in really good condition. Then they found me some skis and now we're set. Moving on, so a little bit more of the gear. So it's supposed to be quite warm, like 5 degrees on Sunday. So I won't be wearing a ton for layers. I'm just gonna wear regular running tights, maybe like a little bit of a fleece lining. I have some Sugoi tights that I like to wear for winter activities. I'll wear waterproof socks. I always wear these when I cross-country ski and snowshoe, just because it keeps the snow out of your boots, which is super nice. Then I'll wear another pair of socks underneath to prevent blisters and chafing. I'll bring some gloves, and then when I'm snowshoeing, I just wear my Salomon Speed Cross. So I wear these in my running snowshoes. I don't wear boots or anything because I have the waterproof socks and that seems to work well for me. Okay, so I think that's it for gear. Oh, and then I have this little map pouch that I got from somebody. So I'm gonna try it out. It like hangs off of your pack and then you put your map in here and then theoretically you can just like open it up while you're running, check the map without having to fumble with it. Last race was a lot of gear management, so I was trying to figure out what to do with my map. So I kept like shoving it in my pants and then shoving it in my pocket, and then you're worried it's gonna fall out of your pocket when you open up your zipper. And yeah, it was kind of chaotic. And then every time you take it out, like I would pull it out of my pants, I would have to take my glove off because I have to unfold the map and then I have to figure out where I am again. So we'll try this. It could work really well because you just put the map in here. You can pretty much see the whole map and then you don't have to figure out where you are each time. So we'll try it out. We'll report back. Yeah, so that's the gear that I'm gonna take. So let's move on to nutrition strategy. So for nutrition, I like to use Scratch Labs. This is just the basic sport hydration mix. I know there's a super fuel, which I haven't tried yet, mainly because I still have a bunch of this, so I haven't bought any new stuff. But this is what I'll do. So I'll put 1 scoop of this in 600 ml flask, and that gives me 80 calories 370 milligrams of sodium. It's not super hot, so I don't need super high density of sodium for this race. It's getting more about the cals because I find skiing is very tiring. So this will give me 80 cals, and then I'm also going to put some maple syrup in. Very Canadian, I know. So I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of maple syrup in with my scratch mix. So 2 tablespoons of this gives me 110 calories. So these together is almost 200 cals. And then I will do a gel an hour. So I do these goo gels. I like all the flavors, honestly. Yeah, my stomach likes the goos for now. And they are all 100 cals. I mixed it up between caffeine, no caffeine. I'm not super worried about the caffeine. These all have, 40, 40, 20. It's a short enough race that I don't really think caffeine's too much of a concern. But yeah, that's what I have, so that's what I'll be taking. And then I'm also gonna try taking this NAC Ultra Energy sweet potato butternut squash puree. So I'm gonna take this probably at the 2-hour mark, so it'll be halfway through the race. It's got 200 cals, 171 milligrams of sodium, and then it's also got 5 grams of protein. So we'll try that. I've been looking for some savory options for fueling. So this is one of the ones I found, and it's Canadian made, so that's cool. So we will give that a go. So that'll be the fueling strategy. So it should be about 300 cals per hour plus the 200 I'll take halfway. So the pretty decent fueling strategy. We'll see how it works out. Last race, I was definitely under fueled. I just did scratch, but I wasn't drinking consistently enough. Actually, no, that's not necessarily true. I had 2 bottles, but I changed my race strategy partway throughout, so I didn't end up coming back to transition, so I couldn't swap out my bottles. So I was just stuck with the 2 flasks for the 4 hours, so I pretty much sucked them dry at the 3-hour mark. So I had no fuel for the last hour, and I was definitely feeling it. I was pretty depleted, very, very low energy for the trudge back, which I thought was gonna be downhill the whole way, and then it seemed to be more uphill. So, you know, if you've ever done a long distance event, I'm sure you know how that feels. So hopefully I'll have a bit more energy throughout the entire race this time. 4 hours is tricky because you can go pretty hard for 4 hours, but you really got to stay on top of your fueling, especially when it's cooler, because you don't have, you're not sweating as much and you just don't feel as thirsty. So really stay on top of the fueling. I'll set some timers and all that good stuff. Try and drink a flask per hour. Yeah, but I'm really excited. So the last one I did was in January, second week of January. It was my first ever winter adventure race, and it was super fun. I ended up only cross-country skiing. It took me the full 4 hours just to get back from the cross-country ski. I actually didn't make it in time for the cutoff. I think I was like 2 minutes after the cutoff, and I ended up starting late, so it was a bit of a gong show that day, trying to fit it all in. But it was really fun finding the checkpoints. I had never cross-country skied that far, so that was really cool. I haven't decided what my strategy will be yet for this weekend. I might just go for a 4-hour ski again. We'll look at the checkpoints. The further you went, the more valuable the checkpoints were. So I might do that strategy again because it seemed like it had the potential to pay off if you can make it back in time. So I like to go big or go home, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, stay tuned and I'll take you guys on the race with me.